Hey everybody, and welcome to Charlie Brown's Adventures. Today we're in the town of Orange Springs, Florida. Behind me is the Orange Springs Church. Now this is a community church. It's still in operation today and has been since it was built in 1852. The entire town was founded by John William Pearson. In 1845, he donated the land for the church plus all the materials. Beautiful old church. This church was attended by both blacks and whites. No segregation at this church. This was the house of God and everybody was welcome. Now the church was actually built in 1852 by the locals here. But during the Civil War, the church struggled to survive. As Georgia burned, this church became the very last Confederate hospital and provided aid as well as final resting places for both Union and Confederate soldiers. And as I said, it's still in operation today. Church has already got out. But John William Pearson didn't just form the town, provide the land and the materials for the church. He also formed the Ocklawaha Rangers, and they were used throughout the Civil War due to their guerrilla style tactics against federal troops all throughout North and Central Florida. Now this is the grave of John W. Pearson, who passed September 30th, 1864, after being mortally wounded while leading Company B of the 9th Florida Infantry across a cornfield. Now he didn't die when he was shot. He actually passed on his way back to Orange Springs. He actually resigned due to his injury and couldn't lead those troops anymore. So he resigned and was headed back to Orange Springs, Florida, but passed in Augusta, Georgia, September 30th, 1864. So just a little history here. The very last Civil War hospital. I'm going to walk across here. The church is in service right now, so I don't want to interrupt that. But I would like to show you guys a closer look of this beautiful building full of history. Now isn't this beautiful? The cross, the building. Now this building was restored, I believe it was in 1982. But it's still exactly as it was back in the 1800s. Absolutely just a beautiful building. Folks, here you have it. The very last Civil War hospital. There's a plaque on the wall. We'll walk up there and take a picture of see this plaque, but like I said, I don't want to disturb anybody. I just want to show you guys this church. It's beautiful. National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of Interior. Hi there, folks. How are y'all today? I'm taking a video of your beautiful church to show everybody.
Well, that's good.
I just kind of provided them with the history on it with John Pierce and all of that, and I'm kind of starting that.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try to get out of here.
No, you're not in my way.
We're going to go put the signs out.
Would you mind if I took a video inside just to show everybody? Oh, awesome.
Would you want a video inside? Would that bother anybody?
Yeah, if you're going to show everybody. I was like, how do you have access to everybody? Okay.
Doing it
Wow.
Well, anyway,
You guys, here it is.
just get out of the way.
Yeah, her name's like.
How
Courtney or
beautiful.
something.
Okay.
So these are people that you could tag in the search.
Oh, and they'll come up.
And
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. And it's got a.
Look at all the wood ceilings. How beautiful it is. Original door.
Here, we gotta do the, we gotta put bag this and roll
There.
it.
she brought the bag up there.
So beautiful.
They're gonna make you do everything. I don't know.
And sadly, across America, history is being erased, but not here.
And he would love, he would really, your husband, if he's.
I don't know what the, I don't
That
know
way.
the story behind all the flags, but
Yeah, that
part
would
of the
be-
history of this is that it was used as a hospital.
Right, yes, ma'am. I just went over all that outside in the cemetery there, and
Yeah,
you know, it's sadly history is being erased, and it's so
Oh,
nice
I
to see,
know it.
and still serving as a church.
Does
So
George have one of those bulletins up front?
They
It's
used
got
to
it on
be
there?
active at the end of the previous pastor's tenure. They became active in doing, because of the history of the building and the property and the area, reenactments. And
Right,
those sorts
right.
Of things. The flags just sort of were donated and collected over years.
and they just give it that extra, you know.
And some of them are
I think we should
The
do the ones on
original,
the back of those up top.
the original designs.
Right,
of
right.
Localities like
I
Georgia.
gotta put this in the back of my car.
I think this was the first,
leave
the
the ones
first
in the back
original
on
Georgia
that.
flag.
This is
And,
on the back of those pews.
Phillips?
Yes.
Those?
Those.
Yeah,
Aren't they
Wow.
from up there? They look, yeah, leave them there.
Oh, okay.
so they are quite,
I think they dress
they
You
are
know-
quite historic.
And I seen it. It was built in 1853 by the townsfolk.
Uh-huh, and a land grant that was a gift from.
Right. From John.
Wealthy-
I know we've been.
Yes.
And it served, this building that you're in now, served as a hospital during the
Right.
Civil War.
And very last hospital during the Civil War.
Right.
I read that. So very unique history.
What qualifies it for the National Registry is that we have this building has the distinction of being the oldest church in Florida still having services in its original structure.
Isn't that something?
There's buildings that are older,
Right. Right.
but the distinction that we have or whatever is that it's its original structure and it's never been interrupted.
Right. Right.
Other
Exactly.
Other folks, I guess, other churches have gone through, okay, now we're gonna have church over here while we remodel, while we fix this thing up and whatnot. This has had services in it nonstop since those days.
Wow. Well,
Nonstop.
it is definitely serving its purpose, and some unique Florida history here. You guys, if you come to Orange Springs, Florida, definitely stop by and take a look at the cemetery and remember all of those people there, and check this church out. It's a beautiful building, and one thing about when someone passes, they only die when we stop remembering, when we stop caring, when we stop loving. As long as we keep them in our heart or do something to keep the memories alive, they live forever. And with that, I'm going to get off of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video.